What happens when the person you trust the most is living a completely different life behind your back? Imagine being engaged to someone who is the perfect partner, a good father, a provider, someone who takes care of you and your child. But while you're building a life together, they're out in the streets, cheating, lying, and living a whole second life. Yep, Quan Millz is at it again. Today we're talking about My Psycho Baby Daddy, a story that shows what happens when addiction, cheating, and a trusting partner collide. Quick summary. My Psycho Baby Daddy follows a woman named Kim and her baby daddy, Terrence. From Kim's perspective, life is perfect. She has a fiance that provides for her and her child, takes care of home, and seems like the ideal partner. But the reality is very different. Terrence is running around the city, messing with other women, lying constantly, and living a double life that Kim has absolutely no idea about. Things come to a head when Kim finds out some disturbing news that makes her start to question everything about Terrence and their relationship. This book is written by Quan Millz, and it falls into the urban thriller, urban drama category. Intense, messy, and very real. The characters. Terrence is exactly what you expect from the title. He's a lying, cheating boyfriend who somehow manages to keep everything together, at least on the surface. He always has an excuse ready, and somehow he makes those excuses believable, at least to Kim. Kim is his fiance. She genuinely believes Terrence can do no wrong. In her mind, he's a good man, he takes care of their daughter, provides for their family, and treats them well at home. Because of that, she completely trusts him. But she has absolutely no idea what he's doing out in the streets. Writing style. The story is written in first person depending on who's narrating. That means you get direct access to the characters' thoughts and emotions. You can see how they justify their actions, how they react to situations, and what's really going on inside their heads. That perspective keeps the story moving and really easy to stay engaged. Themes. Themes I noticed were family, the good and the bad, urban life, and relationships. But the biggest theme here is definitely cheating and betrayal. World building. The world is built in a way that makes everything easy to follow. You get a clear sense of where everything is happening, who is involved, and how the situation unfolds without getting confused. What didn't work for me? Alright, so let's talk about what didn't work for me. And honestly, if you've read a Quan Millz book before, you know what I'm gonna say. Typos. They aren't as heavy in this book as another book I read, but they're still there. You're reading along, completely invested in what's going on, and then boom, a typo. It doesn't take you completely out of the book, but it still makes you kind of question everything. So while the plot keeps you reading and engaged, when you come up on a typo, it kind of throws you off a little. Favorite moments. My favorite part of the book will have to be not a specific moment, but the descriptive writing of all the situations. He really goes in depth when it comes to some scenes. Like, you really get to see what's going on. But beyond that, the biggest thing that stood out to me was just the dynamic between the two characters, like the good versus the evil. You have two people living completely different realities. One who knows everything that's happening, and one who absolutely has no clue. Watching the gap between their worlds slowly close is what keeps the tension high in this story. You love coffee but hate the crash? This might be your new morning ritual. This is Ryze Mushroom Coffee, a superfood blend of functional mushrooms and instant coffee. Here's the difference. It has less than half the caffeine as regular medium roast, so you still get the energy without the jitters or the crash. It supports gut health, immunity, stamina, focus, and mood. Honestly, it just makes your body feel good. When I eat or when I work out, Ryze always gives me the focus and the steady energy I need without the crash. That's why it's part of of my daily routine. In the morning, I mix a scoop of mushroom coffee, mushroom creamer, a little bit of honey, and some almond or coconut milk. And if I want it cold, I just use that same mixture and pour it over ice. If you want to try it for yourself, use my promo code DanielHowardEats15. That's DanielHowardEats15. You'll get 15% off anything from Ryze. Smooth energy, better focus, no crash. That's how I start my day. Final verdict. So overall, I'm giving My Psycho Baby Daddy a 6 out of 10. The typo definitely brought the score down a bit. The story itself is engaging, messy, and dramatic enough to keep you reading. You want to see what happens next, and that's what really keeps the book moving. If you're already a fan of Quan Millz or urban drama, you'll probably find this one entertaining. Oh yeah, and this is part 1 of a 2-book series, so it kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger, so I do want to see what happens next. Have you read My Psycho Baby Daddy, or are you planning on reading it? What would you rate it? Let me know in the comments, and make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any book recommendations, please let me know. Thanks for watching.